using our big washers. I'll show you those again. Get you some of them. They fit nicely over this. And then you're using this small ring to press against that bearing. Once that's in, you have one keyway, and this keyway is not tapered, it's flat, and it sits right there like that. And then our pulley sets on like this. So if you're assembling yours or you've got it taken apart and forgot how, the flat side goes down. This raised side, the nut sets on top of this. And again, here's our nut. So we've got all this greased well. I want to set it down on here. And I do not know how this will go, so we're just going to take our time and see how this goes. Now I've got a plastic dead blow hammer here. At this point, I'm going to remove my little 3-inch C-clamp. That makes it really easy to hang on to this thing and watch about dropping it. So I'm going to set it down in my big Wilton bullet vise and let it set down on the grease cap all the way down. That way the jack shaft locks. There we go. And we're easing down. Okay. At this point I'm going to begin to bump, and once I get thread sticking out, I'll stop bumping. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Moving right along, slowly but surely. Okay, again, I'm going to stack up a mess of these washers. I'm going to use a little bit of steel here. Back to the dead blow. Seem to be making just as good a progress with it. Easing right on down. I'm expecting my dead blow to burst at any minute. It's pretty ragged. I've got two. I don't know where the other one's at. I'm going to look up under here for just a moment. Let's see, our key is still loose. Nothing's in a bind. Piece of white oak here on top of the socket. Try this big hammer, bigger hammer. Check, we did a good move there. Moving a lot. Moving a lot. And when I get a couple of threads out, we're going to go to the nut. We got a couple of threads. Let me get 3. Check it. Alright, we'll put our nut back on. There we go. And back in her vise. Okay, this is starting to get heavy now, and then weighty. The torque is not necessary here. But the wrench will wear you out. And again, I'll call that's an 1 3/4 inch wrench. Just handling that weight of that wrench will make you tired. Need my wood back under there. I mentioned in the other video, I've got about 1,200 hours on this mower. I'm on my 2nd set of blades. Never changed a belt. Just kept it greased. A word about why the failures and whatnot. I think grass contamination in that bottom bearing is what got my mower. That's my diagnosis on it. I may have had it in too deep a grass. I have had it wet before, but I always grease it very well before I put it up. So, as you see, we've assembled this thing using its own hardware, with the exception of the washers and the big vise and a few basic tools. We tore it down and assembled it, and I'm going to show you how to pull it all apart right here in just a minute. It's basically the same thing as we're doing here, except you use the blade and the blade bolt, and I will say that it's a left-hand thread. We'll look at all that in just a minute. Are we focused right here?
Yeah.
Okay, everything's coming together good. Pulling down good. Okay, I have run out of thread. Everything stopped. We see this right here. That's moving nicely. And let me show you how to take it apart. Obviously, we back this nut off, separate the pulley from the spindle assembly, and then we open these jaws up wide enough so that this hub rests on the jaws. Let me get this set here where it doesn't fall. I'll spin it upside down here. Alright, now with that setting blocked up, you want something, you don't have to have a big vise, but you want something between here and here, and you want enough threads. I'm going to say 3 good threads. Remember, this is left hand. And then you begin to pull. After you get this nut off the back side, you begin to turn this, and it just pulls all this apart. It separates everything, and it's not real hard. Take your time. And a word about maintenance. Don't let this go till it destroys itself. It starts making noise and you know you've greased it well. Shut it down. I've got just a focus on this bearing here, please, sir. See that little bit of play right there? The end play on the blade was great, and this bearing had not destructed yet. The cages are still there and had good grease in it. I stopped and tore it down. These bearings are not expensive. I bought 4 of these for $36, and this is the year 2021, year of our Lord. So if it starts making noise, shut it down and tear it down. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Take your time. Something else, focus on this. This is automatic transmission fluid. That's one of the best penetrants there is. When you get ready to tear this thing apart, use a little bit of ATF on the fasteners, on the spindles, on the bearings. The next thing will be going in the actual mower with it. Thank you for watching.